A republic if you can keep it. Donald Trump's plan to exhaust you so you tune him out and allow him to get away with whatever he wants. Welcome to the No Spin Zone. Graph's Grievances starts right now. I love politics. I love reporting on how political power is gained, lost, and wielded to make the United States a more prosperous, equitable nation. But even I can admit that since Donald Trump's election as the 47th President of the United States last week, I have felt disillusioned and exhausted at the prospect of reporting on him for at least another 4 years. And I want to be clear that this is not because Trump is a Republican or someone with whom I have many policy disagreements. No, rather this is because Trump is erratic and goes out of his way to antagonize and troll his adversaries and even his casual supporters. In his first full week as president-elect, Trump has nominated a slew of cabinet secretaries who are not only unqualified for the jobs they have been nominated, but are unabashedly terrible people. And they are terrible not because of their views about politics or policy, but because they either lie with impunity, spread conspiracy theories, or have been credibly accused of sexual misconduct, or some combination of those three. And I guess these are the kinds of people one would expect a serial lying, twice impeached, convicted felon found liable for sexual abuse president-elect to nominate. But it is still oddly depressing. Here you see Trump's cabinet picks so far that require Senate confirmation. At least 3 of these people have faced allegations of sexual misconduct. Pete Hegseth, Trump's pick to lead the Department of Defense, was the subject of a sexual assault complaint in 2017. Matt Gaetz, Trump's choice to lead the Justice Department, has been under scrutiny by the House Ethics Committee over allegations including sexual misconduct and was formerly embroiled in a sex trafficking investigation conducted by the DOJ. Hegseth and Gaetz deny the allegations against them. And finally, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Trump's nominee to lead the Department of Health and Human Services, publicly apologized earlier this year to a woman he allegedly forcibly groped when she was in her 20s and worked for the Kennedy family as a babysitter. Those are the sexual misconduct allegations we know of. And Trump has more cabinet positions to fill. But beyond that, many of the folks you see here have pushed dangerous lies and conspiracy theories throughout their careers, including Kennedy about vaccines and other public health matters. Tulsi Gabbard, Trump's pick for Director of National Intelligence, has frequently amplified Russian propaganda about Ukraine and questioned whether Syrian President Bashar al-Assad actually used chemical weapons on his own people, killing dozens of them, which he did do. And Kristi Noem, Trump's choice for Secretary of Homeland Security, has lied about a slew of issues, including border security, under the Biden administration. Native American tribal leaders catering to drug cartels, not true, and even falsely claiming she met with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Kennedy, Gabbard, and Noem are far from the only fabulous Trump has nominated. Everyone you see here has compromised their own integrity by repeatedly defending Trump's outrageous lies. That is why they have been nominated to serve in Trump's second cabinet. And in any other administration, with the exception of maybe Marco Rubio, Elise Stefanik, Doug Burgum, and Doug Collins, none of these people would get confirmed. But Trump has so neutered the Republican Party, and more importantly, exhausted the Democratic resistance, that all of these folks have at least a 50% chance of serving in the posts for which they have been nominated. 4 years ago, 8 years ago, I would not be saying this. There were still anti-Trump Republicans serving in Congress who would stand up to him. And Democrats inside and outside of Congress were firmly determined to fight Trump at every turn. That resistance is clearly now languishing. Democrats dejected and politically burnt out. The best exemplar of this, perhaps cable news ratings. According to the New York Times, primetime viewership at the liberal-leaning MSNBC, where I previously worked, has fallen 53% from October. The network's top-rated host, Rachel Maddow, now drawing half the number of viewers she did before the election. Meanwhile, the opposite has happened at Fox News, where primetime viewership has jumped 21% since Election Day. The unabashedly pro-Trump network capitalizing on GOP enthusiasm for the next administration, as well as Republicans winning control of the House and Senate. 7 years ago, MSNBC and CNN experienced huge ratings gains in the chaos-filled opening months of the first Trump administration. And while that could still happen, it doesn't look like it based on the flaccid Democratic resistance so far. This is precisely what Trump wants because it means there will be far less scrutiny over his crazy efforts to expand his own power and install himself dictator for life. The only way to stop Trump is to fight him and his cronies at every turn, which is why Benjamin Franklin declared in 1787, America has, quote, a republic if you can keep it. Let's try to keep it. Thank you for watching Graph's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share, and join me in the next one.